Mavs fandom, man. Mavs fandom. It really is the fandom that does not sleep. I mean, the sun never sets on Mavs Kingdom. Every day you log into Twitter, doesn't matter what time it is, doesn't matter what day of the week it is, doesn't matter what's going on. There is something going on. People are freaking the fuck out about something, and today is no different. I logged on this morning early this morning. I woke up early in the morning like a good boy. I'm doing good. My sleep schedule has been good lately, right? I wake up early, I log on, and believe it or not, people are freaking out. And I'm wondering what's going on just from the reactions that I'm seeing, like the level of anger that I'm seeing from Mavs fans. I'm thinking like, did Giannis request a trade to the Mavs or something, and the Mavs said no? Like that was kind of the level it was at. It was some of the most unhinged I've ever seen Mavs Twitter. Then I see this quote, and I realize this is what everybody's upset about. All right, Goran Dragic, of course, we know Goran Dragic has basically been begging to be a member of the Dallas Mavericks for the last 4 years, and every year the Mavs are just like, yeah, no, sorry, man, right? So he comes out, signed with the Chicago Bulls, of course, after pretty much everybody just assumed he was going to be a member of the Mavs. This happened last year, too, remember? But he says, we were in talks with Dallas. They made an offer, but I decided not to take it. Important. That is an important part of the quote right there. They wanted me to play one game and then sit for the next 5. I know I can still easily play 20 minutes per game. I'm not ready to retire and just sit on the bench in a cheerleading role. So this got everybody pissed off. Oh my God, why did Nico Harrison and the Mavs not just guarantee Goran Dragic 20 to 25 minutes a night? Now, if you're wondering what the hell's going on, apparently, according to Goran Dragic himself, Chicago said that he will be the second playmaker getting 20 to 25 minutes a night. Now, I don't know how that works out, right? If you look at the Bulls roster, it's a little bit confusing. I'm assuming what this means, this is my takeaway, Lonzo Ball, his knees are cooked. Like, that situation is way worse than we think it might be, okay? Which would suck because Lonzo Ball looked great for the Bulls last year. Looked like he was really, really starting to figure things out, find a beautiful role for the rest of his career. And I'm a little bit concerned with that knee injury, especially if the Bulls are guaranteeing Dragic will be the second playmaker and get 20 to 25 minutes a night, because it doesn't really make sense otherwise with all of the other guards there. And, man, Mavs Twitter blew a gasket. Like, they were so pissed off and upset. Now, I need to be a little bit careful here because if you've been following the channel at all for any period of time, you know my opinions on Goran Dragic, right? I've said, hey, man, it would be cool to have Goran, I guess. It'd be cool to have him for the vet minimum, but I don't see him as a needle mover in the slightest at this point in his career, and I don't want to use any of the exception on him at all. This is before the Mavs signed JaVale McGee, of course. I don't want to guarantee him any playing time. I don't want him to have a big role on the team at all, like as far as playing time goes. And I always get absolutely shit on for it. And today I've been getting absolutely shit on Twitter for it too. And you know what? So be it. So Mavs fans are absolutely losing their minds. And this all kind of led to them wondering, are jumping to the conclusion, I guess, that Luka is definitely going to leave, right? The Mavs just shunned him, right? They didn't listen to his wants and needs and his desires, right? Instead, they just slapped him across the face, him and Goran Dragic, and because of that, Luka's going to leave. And I think the overreactions are absolutely insane. And listen, I understand. I get it. I do. I get the overreactions. I get it, right? Mavs front office for years has been so, inept. They have no clue what's going on. Dysfunctional, right? It's just been horrible from a fan's perspective for like 2 decades, damn near, right? So I understand, even though Nico Harrison came in last year and he's made good moves so far, like out of all of the moves Nico Harrison has made, I've made videos about this. Like he's done a great job, but even that doesn't heal the wounds that the previous front office left us with. So I understand being upset by this. I understand, not giving the front office the benefit of the doubt, right? Not listening to people who say, oh, well, let's be patient. This is my opinion too. I believe this, that the Mavs are going to make another move. So let's kind of wait a little bit before we get too upset. I understand not wanting to wait. I understand getting mad about this. But let me just say, Nico Harrison, right? If this was your decision to not bring in Goran Dragic and not promise him 20 to 25 minutes a night, bravo. Great decision on your end. Fantastic decision. This is absolutely insane to me. I don't know how any Mavs fan can look at what happened last season, what the Mavs did last season, what made the Dallas Mavericks a successful team last season, and say, yeah, Goran Dragic needs to get 25 minutes a night. Like that needs to be what happens. We need to give Goran Dragic, who's 36 years old, who is often injured, who just defensively is horrific at this point in his career, right? He hustles at times, right? Because I will say this about Goran. Last year in the playoffs, he was really one of the few bright spots for the Nets. 2 years ago in the playoffs, when the Heat got swept by the Bucks, he was really one of the few bright spots for the Heat in that series. He was really good in the bubble for the Heat, right? So I understand that his playoff performances lately have been still pretty good, so I get that part. But I don't know how you could watch what the Mavs did last season and think we need to have Goran Dragic on the floor for 25 minutes a night, especially considering, as of right now, you're still going to have Tim out there who's not a very good defender as well. The Mavs clearly have a plan in mind when it comes to what they want to do on the floor, and that's play defense. That's have taller, lengthier guys. That's have guys who can do a bunch of different things defensively, can fit a bunch of different roles defensively, and it worked out really well for them last season. So, yeah, I'm very happy the Mavs didn't offer him 20 or guarantee him 20 to 25 minutes a night. And then I saw a lot of people saying, well, why did they have to tell him that? Why did they have to tell? Why couldn't they just tell him that they would give him 20 to 25 minutes a night? Are you guys okay? What do you think was a better? Let me tell you a nightmare scenario. Okay, let me tell you what probably would have happened if they did that. If they went to the negotiating table with Goran Dragic and his team, and they said, "Yeah, Goran, come on, man, come on over to the Mavs. We'll give you 20, 25 minutes a night. You want to start? I mean, we'll even give you a starting role, right? No, we're not actually going to do that. Okay, we're not actually going to do it. Come on, Goran, it'll be a lot of fun, man. Okay." And then he joins the team. He's excited. Fast forward a couple months into the season, he's on the bench and not playing because he can't play defense, and Jason Kidd doesn't want to play him. How do you think that would go over, huh? How do you think that would go over with Goran, who has never been really shy about speaking his opinion, right? And Luka, who is Goran's best friend. How do you think that would work? You think that would be a good thing, right? You think that Luka would enjoy that? Or do you think Luka would enjoy the team struggling a lot because they're playing Goran Dragic 25 minutes a night? Do you think he would enjoy that? I know a lot of you are going to hate my opinions on Goran, but I don't know, man. I just don't see it the way some of you guys do. I really don't. I don't see him as that big needle mover that some of you guys do. And then I tweeted this out because sometimes it's important, right, to understand that the team has to make decisions based off of what they feel is best for the team, not what they feel is best for the feelings of Luka Doncic. And I understand you want to keep Luka happy, and I'm hoping. And I'm assuming that Luka understands this. Luka understands that the team's trying to do the best to win, right? They're trying to do all they can to win games. And I think Luka does respect that, okay? I hope that Luka is not one of these types of players who gets very upset when the team doesn't coddle his every needs. I don't view him that way. Nothing that he's done so far has led me to believe he's that type of player. He's that type of person. Right? So you have to understand, it's the Dallas Mavericks, not the Dallas Lukas and his buddies. And people are freaking out. And in a few years, I'm afraid it'll be the Dallas Mavericks without Luka. Goran would have helped on and off the court for a vet min. It should have been a no-brainer. Well, again, they did offer him a contract. It's not like they didn't offer him anything. Goran himself said the Dallas Mavericks offered him a contract, but the Bulls just offered him something a little bit more. And I replied to this and said, if Luka leaves because we didn't sign a 36-year-old Goran Dragic, then he was always leaving. And I do believe that. If Luka leaves in a few years, it's not because, in 2022, they refused to sign Goran Dragic. Actually, if you want a ring, then it's Luka and his buddies. This has never worked in NBA history for teams not led by LeBron James. Ask the Brooklyn Nets how that has gone. That's pretty much Luka and his buddies. Yeah, it's Luka and his buddies. Yeah, Luka's obviously the best fucking player on the team, right? One of the best, if not maybe the best player in the entire world, okay? I understand that. But I'm still operating under the assumption that, guys, it's July 13th. And I know that this a lot of us, and myself included, still don't have a lot of trust in this front office and stuff. But I do think they're going to do something before the start of the season. I really do. I really do believe. I think that they're probably having to wait, like a lot of other teams are having to wait, on the Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Donovan Mitchell situation to play itself out. And then they can swoop in. There's going to be Patrick Beverley. He's going to be an option. That would be huge. If the Mavericks can get Patrick Beverley for relatively cheap, this would have been a very successful offseason, in my opinion. Boyan, he's probably going to get traded, assuming Donovan Mitchell gets traded. That would be huge. Mike Conley would even be a nice kid, even though he's kind of washed himself. But I would rather have him as my backup point guard than Dragic for sure. I mean, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yeah, this guy's right too. You are innocent if you think they didn't consult Luka to trade Boban. Yeah, I agree with this too. I don't think the Mavs would do things that they know for a fact would really piss off Luka. Like, I don't think they would do that. I think Cuban is like Cuban would coddle Luka for before they made moves that they knew for a fact would piss Luka off. I 100% believe that. Luka is given and is giving Dallas a brutal reputation. Cuban knows it, and for now, of course, every year Luka has to be forced to take another step. I don't know what that means. Who would you rather be the bench point guard, Goran or Frank? I know who I'd rather have, and it hasn't got anything to do with who's buddy with who. This is a bad take. Obviously the Mavs would rather have Frank be their backup point guard than Goran at this point. That's just the reality. That's just the way that it's looking. They didn't want to guarantee Goran any playing time, so it's clear that they didn't see him as a player who could contribute. And this guy is right. Like, me personally, I would rather have Goran be the backup point guard than Frank, only because Frank is not a point guard to me. Like, that's disgusting to me. But Frank definitely fits Kidd's defensive system way more. And remember, that was their thing. That's the Mavs calling cards. Y'all really getting upset the Mavs didn't sign a 36-year-old point guard that has only played 153 games out of possible 328 the past 4 years. Hot take. He wouldn't put the Mavs over the top. He wouldn't have increased our wins. He wouldn't have brought a championship. Yep. You're correct. You are right. I mean, again, this is all, I'm guessing it's just an offseason of frustration has finally reached the point where it's time to let it all out. And this was the moment. It's Nico and his buddies instead. Nico's the GM, dude. Like, he's the decision maker. It's Kidd and Dudley and their buddies. That's why we got bum-ass McGee. JaVale McGee, at this point in his career, is a much better player than Goran Dragic. Okay? I mean, come on. Tell me you don't know basketball. Now tell me you don't know basketball. Yeah, you just did. Congratulations. All right. I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know. This has been a tiring day for me from Mavs fans. Like, oh, God. It's Goran Dragic, guys. The 36-year-old Goran Dragic. And this is the reaction. Like, holy shit.